Welcome to another episode of the Continuity Coffee and Chat. My name is Daniela, and I am your host and founder for this community. Today, I want to talk about the August Continuity Coffee and Chat Pacific session that happened on August 19th, 2026. We had two major topics that I want to recap and share with the group for those who want to come back and listen to what we talked about or those of you who may have missed it. Just so you know, the Continuity Coffee and Chat is hosted every first Thursday of the month at 8 a.m. Eastern or the third Wednesday of the month at 11 a.m. Eastern. All are welcome the resilience professional. That includes HR folks, lawyers, and those who interact with risk and resilience. So, our first topic of the day was getting a sense of how do you manage the crisis management team's schedule? Should they be on call? Should there be a roster? What is the schedule? So we had a bunch of folks comment in, and it seems like, based on the consensus from this particular call, a on-call or some kind of roster situation is recommended. Now, we did have folks that commented from public sector, private sector, and consultants, and that was the overwhelming response. Personally, I've seen it work very well in the public sector, but it's very important to make sure that you have the appropriate number of resources to be able to keep that long term. You don't want your resources to get burnt out. You don't want them to be overwhelmed. And you need to have some level of flexibility if for some reason particular group continuously is responding to make sure that they have time to recover and be at their best. So it definitely comes down to the amount of resources you have. So a roster and on-call situation may not be appropriate for smaller organizations. But we all agree that no matter the size of the organization, that there needs to be a predetermined team. It should be written down, and there should be no surprises that they are a part of that team. So when it comes to crisis management, making sure that they're appropriately trained and informed of their roles is truly important. Our second topic revolved around AI, not in the ways that we've talked about in the past, but specifically as it comes to training. So, as AI continues to be rolled out, and we're seeing these across enterprises across the globe, what does AI role specific training look like? Is there AI crisis management training? Is there AI business continuity training? So, the question was, have you seen this? Have you taken it? And what's the appetite for it? And I think there is an appetite for this, and so did the folks on the call today. But the truth is, there's still a lot of other basic training that probably needs to be completed before we get into that role specific domain. So the conversation merged a couple of times, or I should say, veered off a couple of times. What are you using AI for? What are you looking forward to using AI for? And that really helps us to understand how do you create role specific training for those of us in the resilience profession. The appetite is there, the work is needed, and there are some institutions that may have put on some sessions on this, but was it in fact training, right? So creating a video and saying, hey, this is what it is a little bit different than training, right? Creating a document that you have people read and sign off on is definitely different than training. So I look forward to see how AI specific resilience training, role specific training could be rolled out. And I think there's an appetite for it. So we bounced around the idea, or I should say, one of the participants bounced the idea about hosting a session where people can actually come and show their screens how they're using AI. And I think that will also help expose people to what AI could be used for responsibly. We were fortunate enough to have a lawyer on the call today, who obviously works within the risk field. And we learned a little bit about the legalities of AI. So definitely encourage you to come and attend the live sessions. Those sessions are not recorded, and AI note takers are not allowed so that we could speak candidly. So I love being able to do these recaps really from my perspective of what the session is, but there is so much to be gained from attending live. Cameras are not required. You can or cannot introduce yourself. You could stick to the chat. You can come off mute. There's a lot of ways to engage and be able to connect with fellow professionals above and beyond the actual conversation. So, once again, it's been a pleasure to host the August Continuity Coffee and Chat. My name is Daniela McCoy. I am a certified business continuity practitioner, as well as the founder of the Continuity Coffee and Chat and the Global Resilience Exchange and Advisory that helps center resilience so that you can have the best decision making strategies. If you liked what you heard today, please leave a comment, engage. I highly, highly encourage you to subscribe to this channel as I get more regular with these videos. And please give this video a thumbs up if anything resonated with you. And let me know also in the comments what are things that you would want to hear at the Continuity Coffee and Chat. Thank you for joining today. It's been my pleasure and hope to see you at the next chat.